Hey there, everybody. Robert Taylor with Wonderscape Creations, doing another video for the Wonderscape Biomes Designer. Sorry, that was a mouthful today, apparently. So we have added several points to the generator to allow people to more easily see what's being done. That way, if they want to do the generator before they go heavily into the indexes, they can. They could even leave this mesh completely empty, and this generator is going to, the whole thing is still going to work. Um, but regardless, if you're trying to figure out why something's not spawning somewhere when it should be, this will allow you to, in the surface sampler, there's a debug option. In the height info, there's two debug options. And for the slope, there are two debug options. And then, of course, the final result, the generator right there. So I'm only going to do it once because I don't want you guys to sit here, uh, what, 6, 7 times while this whole thing does its thing. I'm just going to make sure that you guys understand that it works. So we should very shortly start saying, yep, there are the white squares. So that is where everything is supposed to be spawning. Now, right here, there is stuff there. It's just, you can see it better right here where there's just bits of grass. Because all I have spawning there is additional large pieces of grass. So that is the whole generator showing up. As you can see, it's still doing its thing. Um, and that's what happens when you're on a 2K map. It takes a minute to generate everything, but the amount of time saved is well worth it, in my opinion. So let's give it just a few more minutes, and then I'll get a close-up for you. Um, Something for you guys to understand is for things like the additional height and slope offset, you won't see everything. You'll only see the sections. So you'll see a strip for the additional slope, essentially. And for the additional height, you'll only see from like right here up. Versus if you do height, just height, you'll see everything from like this point down. And everything for the normal slope, you'll see from, say, this point down on the slope angles type of thing. So not necessarily down, obviously. There could be empty spots like you see here. But essentially, that is how it works. But as you can see, it's not showing up here because these use different generators, but it is showing up here, and everything, you can barely see it clipping right there. Everything that is being spawned by this generator now has a white box. Now, the next thing we're going to touch over is I have added within the indexes finally an additional debug method for everybody here. So if we go to debug options, we're going to see show debug color and the debug color. Now this one, as you can see, is black, and that's because I have not utilized it yet. But if you are trying to see the frequency of something being debugged and you want an easy, quick way to notice it, then that's what you'll do. So first I'm going to come over here and I'm going to change this one to bright pink. Hit OK. And then I'm just going to hit show debug color. It's fine because I knew I was messing with two variables. It was just going to be easier to let the whole thing reset. Once you hit mess with a second variable, the whole graph empties. And we should very shortly start seeing pink squares. As you can see, they're right there. And this will help you see everything that's being spawned within the for this specific index within your biome. Now, obviously, with this one, I've got 1 and 2 right here as well. So as you can see, we mostly have pink Now you'll see that there are places where we don't have pink, and those are other trees. So this shows that it is indeed working as intended. So like I said, this now makes it far easier for you to tell when you have a lot of trees or other plants that look similar. For you can check that on, and it's going to go ahead and show you the whole thing.